Ah, aha! I believe we are here.
Aha!
Waha!
Yeah.
Waha! So,
And that's just the rest of the session. It's just 3 hours of aha!
Sounds about right.
oh shit! I knocked something over. Yeah, that's how it should be, really. That's how it should be. So, I put a lot of work into fixing my graphics from last time. I've got a little motion thing now that it's a little like CGI Greek Greco-Roman library, which is pretty cool. I've also resized your heads to be the proper size so that one of you is not larger than the other. But hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bon-Waylaid. Um, we are. You heard my voice and got excited that I came back to you. Oh, goodness. We're going to do another one of these this week because our darling DM Bob for our Pendragon game he's waylaid himself tonight. So we're going to continue on the adventures of Dr. Neil Hammer and Dr. Morgan Dalton, MD. Sorry, Professor Dr. Neil Hammer.
Thank you, thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves, and can tell me a little about just reintroduce yourself and your character, and then I'll do a little recap, and then we can get back to the adventure here.
Hello. Oh wait, hold on. Who goes first? How are we organized? Mark, you go first.
The order has changed. Hello, I am Mark. I am here to do some stream stuff, play some fun games with me friends. And I will be playing Dr. Morgan Dalton, MD, the medic gunslinger, a man originally from Switzerland, I believe I put. That sounds about right. And yeah, he is here to shoot bad guys and save good guys, but make sure no one dies.
Indeed, very
Hello.
lovely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's my bad. I talked over you. Go ahead, buddy.
No, it's all good. I blame Australian internet, which is a myth. But yes, I am Thomas, and I am here to win. I am not here to make friends, but it would be nice if I did. I am playing Dr. Professor Neil Hammer, who is as American as corn, and also as English as tea. A professor at Oxford University, here to learn more stuff about the ancient world and put things into either museums or the hands of the people who rightfully belongs to, the natives. In this case, however, it's a bunch of gold. He's gonna see what happens.
Kind of hard to return gold to the rightful owners, especially when it's Roman gold that was probably taken over generations itself from who knows who. So
yeah, what am I gonna do? Like hand it to an ancient Gaulish settlement?
Either way, it'll certainly be exciting. So wonderful. Now, where we last left off, a contact of the parties, a guy by the name of, I believe I called him Brett.
Bryce.
Bryce Howard got together a crew of strangers, more or less, that he had worked with in the past to search for what he believes to be a treasure, a lost treasure of the first Roman triumvirate that is likely worth billions now. That's billions with a B. He's very excited about it, and he's gathered a pilot, which is an acquaintance of his. You can see Bob play him a little bit in the last session that we did. That's on YouTube. It's not up on my Twitch. And he will be staying on the plane today, but he also recruited the two of you to come and join him. He's worked with you before in the past. And on the plane ride over there, you guys are currently inspecting this suicide note from Marcus Brutus, who was, of course, one of Caesar's assassins, who wrote a note that seems to be a clue to leading to this treasure. So I'm going to go ahead and start you guys off here on the plane ride and kind of enjoying the quiet time that you have there.
So there I was in the middle of this fucking place, and like, you think it's safe because the temple's been abandoned for 2,000 years, but then a blow dart, 20 of them, come out of the wall, and I don't know what to do because I just stood where I was, and everything around me was shot. My guide was like, having a seizure on the ground, like anaphylactic shock, because while the poison was expired, that is Tetanus City right there. I had to pick him up, had to get him back to a medic camp, and honestly, you would have been fucking indispensable there. The guy needed to be there for about like 2 days before he could get up again.
That is interesting conversation.
Yeah. All I'm saying is it's good to have your tetanus shots up to date.
That is usually recommended, yes. If you would like, I can administer such things that will be needed as we arrive at each of our locations.
Oh yeah, like if you got like a vaccine battery on hand, then I'm absolutely gonna take advantage. Like better be to be knocked out for like a couple hours or so, catch malaria.
Yes, well, I've been spending quite a bit of time in the Amazon, so I am used to applying such things by now.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
As you guys are talking, Bryce comes out of the pilot's, the cockpit, as they call it, and he comes and sits down next to you and kind of rubs his hands together. Goes, "Oh, all right, we're starting to get pretty close to the Mediterranean now."
Ooh, music. Sorry.
I was doing a little bit of research, and I think I might have a couple of options for us here.
What you got?
See, the friend of mine that I got this original document from, well, he didn't necessarily get it as legally as he would have liked. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that some of the text on this actual document is worn and difficult to read. I'm concerned that there might be something that we're missing involved. So I pulled a few strings and I found out that there is an identical letter, just like this, written from Cassius, that is being sold in an auction in Italy, right near Rome, just now. If we hurry, we might be able to make it, and perhaps there's more information there. However, and he pulls out a big atlas, and he goes, I also think that Crassus spent a good amount of his time down in Algeria and Algiers. He controlled a good part of Libya for a while. It's entirely possible that Carthage is a location that he could have something there. It's a little bit more of a hunch, but based on when this would have been written, I've got a good feeling about it.
I would think of the auction as the more pressing matter. The other one may be useful to listen into as well.
The auction, at least, yeah, like you said, time sensitive. I'm pretty sure if it's identical, so to speak, I imagine that different letters will be a little bit more ingrained, leaving us another piece of the clue.
It certainly wouldn't hurt our odds. There is a possible conflict with that, though.
Is that so?
Yeah.
In what regard?
Well, you see, the friend of mine that I originally got this document from, well, I have it on pretty good authority that he's going to be at this auction too, and that he's trying to replace the one that, that he's trying to replace the one that he doesn't have anymore.
Right. Yeah, that could be a problem. People in the Vatican get they get twitchy.
So, I suppose I'm going to leave it in your capable hands which one you think is the best bet for us here.
I'm with the good doctor. If the auction's complicated and time sensitive, honestly, we don't even need to do much with the letter itself. We just need to take a good photo of it.
Duh is correct.
Then
And if we need to dissuade your colleague, we'll do so as gently as we can.
then I suppose auction it is. Good, good. I haven't been to Rome in a while. It might be nice to see the city and do be mindful though. This auction, it's not exactly a legal one, and because of that, it's bound to attract some unsavory types. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just make sure to be careful and not piss anyone off too much. Yeah.
Dissuade them as gently as possible. And there is now a lead pipe in his hand, which he is like hitting against his in his left like a baseball mitt.
What a man.
Dr. Dalton looks a little concerned seeing this. Uh, hmm. Well, let us be careful then.
All right. I'll go ahead and tell Hal. Get some rest, boys. It's not too far to Rome, but it's far enough that, well, you'll probably want to catch up on some sleep.
Will do. And right back at you.
Yes.
All right. So, as Mr. What's his face, Mr. Bryce, returns to the top cabin, you guys are gonna have a little sequence here as you arrive at Rome to play with your wealth. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write down some for you guys. Now, you guys have... I'm going to say that you guys have 5 dots of wealth, which means that between the two of you, you guys can purchase any number of small items. I think 3 small items each. Anything particularly expensive like a car or something like that will end up costing you a whole dot, but everything else is kind of minor. So if you want to buy some extra magazines, which are important because every time you miss a shot, it means you're out of ammo. If you want to buy some lockpicks or maybe a suit, which helps you blend into or helps you with social checks, things like that, you are welcome to do so.
I mean, if we're going to an auction, we might as well get gussied up.
Yeah, I suppose so.
With that being said, I'm not really a guns man, but I might as well get one.
I should probably pack some extra ammo in case we find ourselves in a sticky situation.
And of course, I got my, and he twirls it around like a baton, trusty lead pipe.
Yes, but I do not think your lead pipe will need ammunition.
No. He pats it.
All right.
Before putting it in the inside pocket of his jacket.
All right. So assuming both of you are buying tuxes, that's going to be 2 of your 3 items each that you can buy. Thomas, if you'd like to buy some kind of collapsible baton, that is also doable. That would be a 3rd item.
You just want to keep me apart from my lead pipe.
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
I will. A collapsible baton is more professional. Lead pipe is for.
It certainly
lead
blends
pipe is
in
for,
a little better.
It's a whole lot of stuff. Yes.
Okay, cool. And then, Mark, if you'd like a different firearm than a revolver, you are welcome to get a different firearm than a revolver.
Probably just ammunition in case he misses.
Very wise. Okay, so then that'll be, you got 3 points left, so that'll be 3 points. Okay, cool. So you've got 3 magazines, 3 reloads for your revolver, and you've got 2 suits between the 2 of you, and, of course, lastly and most importantly, you've got a baton. So that'll be very good for you guys. Allow me to check one thing here real fast, and then... Sorry, give me just a moment here.
All good.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so you guys will notice on your sheets that you guys have a couple different options here. You've got pockets, backpack, and bag. Now, things that are in your pockets are things that you can freely retrieve pretty easily, but they have to be small enough to hide in your pocket. I think everything that you guys have is if that is acceptable on the pocket. Things in your bag are things that are a little bit larger than that, but they are prone to being lost if you get fails on certain types of rolls. And things that are in your backpack they take an action to retrieve in combat, but they can also pretty easily get, handled. Mags are always counted as being in your pockets for the sake of this for what we need to deal with right now. That will be it.
Indeed.
All right, so you guys are going to have elegant clothes, which is going to give you an advantage to all charm tasks while you guys are doing this. Thomas, your collapsible baton will give you 1 advantage towards hiding the baton from people and 1 advantage towards hitting them with it. And the extra magazines are extra magazines.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What does an advantage do?
An advantage gives you an extra dice when you roll things. Might not seem like a lot, but this is actually a pretty low dice pool game, so.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
No, I like it.
So, as you guys make your way towards this party, Bryce meets you outside. He's got a pretty fancy-looking car that he seems to have rented for the occasion. It's an Italian-made sports car. And he gets out and walks over and he goes, "Oh, you two look very nice."
Figured I might as well put my best foot forward.
I'm surprised you even fit into that thing.
Yeah, my tailor hates me. He prefers to put me in like tweed and stuff, and I like tweed better too, but this just creases a lot. And he just kind of like moves his arms a little and you can see it like shift.
Well, it is important we look professional nonetheless. Yeah.
Indeed. All right. Well, so I got Hal working on something else here. He's gonna be kind of backup plan, just in case things do go bad. I'm gonna kind of cruise around and see if I can run interference, but here's the plan. So all you guys need to do is get a photo of the letter. It should be on display in the main room, but they're not gonna be too friendly with letting you do that. So you have to do it on the sly. Beyond that, you should be fine. Should be all good.
Now, I've got a question that's mostly out of character. What time period is this? So, like, do we have phones that can take pictures?
You do have
or
phones.
should I have bought a camcorder? Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
this is more or less modern day.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So long as you run interference and Hal maybe comes in with the backup plan, I doubt that there'll be too much trouble. But then I think that a lot, and then there is.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You got any objections, good doctor?
No, I think this is probably the best plan to move forward with. And if need be, we can improvise. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen to that. All right. I suggest we go in at separate points just to make sure that it looks somewhat comfortable. Yeah?
Make sure everything's all on the up and up. Oh, by the way, we gonna use like any code names, aliases? I'm fine with just being me, but
I wasn't planning on it, but now that you bring it up, kind of makes me think that you want that to happen.
well, I mean, maybe a little. Nah. Uh, I've gone to things like these before.
All right. Doc, do you want a cool code name?
I am good to carry forward if it is not needed, but if it is, I'd hate to get in the way of the dear professor's fun.
All right. So be it. And so
Yeah.
you guys
Okay,
make
maybe I'll just try things out like as things go along.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Velvet Thunder.
I think that works.
Oh, Velvet
right.
Thunder. All right. Well, let's head on in then. Yeah. And Bryce goes in first before you guys, and then you guys wait about 10 minutes before who goes in next.
Neil Hammer will gesture at the good doctor.
He'll nod and then he'll go in next.
Cool. And lastly, Neil Hammer, I need you to go ahead and make me a check. We're gonna do a roll here.
Okay. Rolls in my tabletop role-playing game?
I'm
Never.
gonna need your choice. You can either get a guts and cool, or a crime and stealth.
They are the same for me.
Either way, you're gonna get a +1 as well for your collapsible baton.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll guts and cool.
I'm also gonna send you guys one more link because I decided I needed one more soundscape here.
2 2s and 4 4s. No, sorry, 2 2s and 2 4s.
2 2s, 2 4s. Hell yeah.
Is it particularly strenuous to do like rerolls? If you fail on a reroll and don't get any successes, you lose a success, right?
Correct. If you don't get any
Okay,
new
gotcha.
successes, you lose a single success. You can push it a second time, and you'll actually, if you pass it, if you lose it a second time, you will lose your entire roll. So,
Gotcha.
Wow.
I'm fine with regular stuff.
Okay. Would you like to take a risk and do something kind of cool to try to get an extra match on that?
Are you referring to the reroll system?
I am, yes. Would you like to reroll once?
I kind of do.
I think it
Okay,
was.
here's the thing. Yeah. All right. If I reroll 1 dice and I fail on that, I don't get a 2 or a 4. Will I lose one of the 2s or one of the 4s? Will I still have a regular success, or would it just be nothing?
If you reroll the 4s and you fail, you will lose the 2s as well. Yes.
What if I reroll a 1?
If you reroll just the 1, if you fail, you will only lose either the 4s or the 2s, not all of them. But you're only going to be rolling 1 die, so your odds of getting another thing are lower.
That's true. You know what? I'm ready to go ham. I will re-roll 3 dice.
Oh, what a hero. Let's go, buddy.
I will re-roll the 1, the 4, and the 4.
Let's see if that pays off for him, Johnny.
Hey, another 2.
It does. Okay, that's exactly what you needed. So, you are able to. You can feel him kind of patting close to where the baton is, and just at the last second, you decide to sneeze, and it throws off his hand just enough for you to kind of reposition your body so that when he gets that area again, it's not there. And sure enough, he lets you right on through.
Oh, sorry about that. Mi scusi.
Okay, now, so Mark, when Dr. Dalton gets to the door, they ask him to check his weapons. Would you like to try to sneak your gun through?
Sure, he'll try.
Wonderful. Go ahead and give me. You may either choose guts and cool or crime and stealth.
Guts and cruel. Guts and cool.
Guts and
Oh.
cruel.
I got a Pendragon on the brain.
Pick my cruel rating.
I'm also putting another link in the chat for you guys to click when you guys got a chance.
5,
But it's no hurry, so.
Yep.
Critical success.
Critical success.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So you're able to, once again, just kind of where to tuck the gun in your sock. That'll make it. You've probably been through a frisk before. You know how this goes, and you know some little tricks. So sure enough, you are able to smuggle all of your stuff into the auction. All right. Oh, goodness.
Sorry, I didn't get to the mute in time.
Poor buddy. All right, give me 1 second to set something up. Perfect. There we go. As you walk in, it's a very lavish, like kind of, it's built into a mansion that's just on the outskirts of Rome, and the property itself is stunningly gorgeous. It's filled with artifacts and various different things that both of you would recognize as fancy, shiny, and very expensive. The architecture is nice, tasteful. It's definitely whoever owns this place has a taste for nostalgia. And as you kind of continue working on it, you find that, or continue exploring it, you find that a great deal of these things are things that he likely should not have. At a certain point, you even see what appears to be the Mona Lisa, but it's probably just a fake, right?
Oh man, there's like a 20% chance it's real, and that's gonna. God, I really gotta go back to Notre Dame.
Would you like to make a culture check to see if it is real? I'm sure you could pull it off.
Hell, I'd love to. That is Professor Neil Hammer's thing.
Yeah, knowledge and culture. Either of you can do that as well. It's not just limited to Thomas.
Yeah, no, I think.
Let me.
Dalton doesn't care as
try
much.
that again.
No, he's focused on the mission.
Good, attaboy.
Unfortunately, I believe I only get a regular success.
Indeed. You did get you get 2. No, you got a bunch. Which ones did you reroll? Oh, you rerolled everything except for the
I
sixes?
rerolled going for 6s. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I've got 1 6 and 2 5s.
Okay. So, yeah, 1 6 and 2 5s. All right, so that's doable. So, yeah, it's pretty close. If it's a forgery or a copy, it's a very good one.
Yeah, that doesn't fill me with a lot of comfort. I'll check it out later.
as you guys move towards the larger room, you guys kind of find each other again. Bryce has somewhat disappeared in the crowd. It's very hard to make out whether or not he's even in this room. But it's kind of a large ballroom that's been retrofitted with a stage, spotlights, a whole technical system, a balcony level, and a great deal of chairs that are set out for the eventual auction. But as of right now, everyone seems to be mingling and drinking off of the 3 or 4 little service bars that have been set up. Boy, everybody here is stinking rich.
I bet this is blood champagne. Neil Hammer says as he looks at a server going by.
At this point, probably, Dalton would kind of come behind him, making it seem like they're not together but close enough to hold a conversation, but they're facing away. He goes, "Most likely, this place seems like a breeding ground for criminal activity."
A lot of artifacts which should not be here. But, yeah. You managed to get a sight on, the main exhibit, so to speak?
Not yet, but I am surveying the room.
Right, so I'll be doing the same.
Scusi.
And Mona Lisa.
One of
course.
just as you're saying the words Mona Lisa, one of the waiters comes up and goes, "Would you like a shrimp?"
I'd love one. Thank you, sir.
And they look like they're pretty well prepared little shrimp hors d'oeuvres with some kind of white cream paste that's applied to it. Looks real appetizing.
And being ages since I got good shrimp.
I almost said gracias, but I don't think that's correct.
Grazie or something.
Grazie, yeah.
Grazie.
Grazie, signore. And he...
I played Assassin's Creed, how can you tell?
The only one I remember from that is all the curse words. Anyway. And he nods his head and kind of makes his way away. Tasty shrimp. Very good.
Tasty shrimp, hell yeah. So, if I start feeling faint, it's because he's poisoned all his guests, which, while I don't expect will happen, is a distinct possibility.
I mean, that would not make too much sense, but I mean, if that is the case, then I am lucky that I do not like shellfish.
See how it goes.
A couple of minutes
Pays
awaiting.
to always.
Sorry, no. Continue.
Pays to always be on your guard around, these types. He says as he reaches for another hors d'oeuvre, a different one this time.
Perhaps we should be more on guard than consuming the entree that is being offered.
It's really good though.
You said appetizers, actually. Entree is a different thing.
The entrees come later.
I know food.
As you guys...
But yeah, you're right. We're working.
Yeah. As you guys are wrapping up this conversation, a couple minutes goes by and there's an announcement that comes over. The auction keeper, the guy who's handling the auction, speaks in the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you would please give a warm welcome to our darling host. I'm trying to remember what his fucking name was. I didn't write it down. Hang on.
I've been there.
There it is. I'm gonna put him in the right thing. Our darling host, Victor Delapan. And a man, kind of an older man, white beard, with kind of black hair, but it's grayed around the temples. His beard seems to be aging down from the bottom up. He kind of descends the stairs. He's dressed in a really nice, flashy burgundy suit. And as he kind of waves his spotlight lands on him. He's escorted by 4 or 5 suited bodyguards that kind of follow him down the stairs, and everyone pauses and politely claps and then continues about their conversations.
The big man, but where's the big item?
However the host is, our target cannot be far.
Sure
Likely
enough.
so.
Sure enough, they start wheeling out the first couple of items, and specifically the list that's going to show the schedule for the bidding. And right up in the first slot is going to be this piece of paper that you guys are looking for.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
It's purely signed as Roman Certificate of Death. It is not listed as anything more substantial than that.
Do you think I should ask if, like, flash photography is allowed? I just, kind of want a fake picture.
I mean, you may, but I highly think I already know the answer to that question.
Yeah, me too. But can't hurt to ask. Well, it could, but that's when things get exciting. Excuse me, sir, and he will like talk to not quite a concierge, but like one of the like attendants.
Yeah, one of the staff. He goes, yes?
Yeah, exactly. I've never been to a fancy party. Gartrix will say, where do we stand on flash photography of the
Goratrix
atoms?
is here now, huh?
No, sorry, not Gartrix. Professor Hammer.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday. Where do you stand on photography of the atoms in question?
Oh, not allowed unless you make a purchase, unfortunately. Everything on here
I
is
figured.
extremely rare, but do you have your eyes on a particular item?
I have a unique interest in ancient Roman goods.
Oh, yes, there's a couple of things. We've got some Roman septums, which are going for quite a high price these days. Some marble statues done by some of the finest artists of the time, an original Virgil, and of course we've got the death certificate, but that seems to be of little consequence.
Hey, we'll see how it goes. An original Virgil? And, like, Professor Hammer is actually, like, very interested there.
Oh, yes. It's quite an in-demand document.
Oh, hey, cool stuff. Thanks for answering my question. I completely got you.
Of course. Have a wonderful evening.
Same to you, my man. And, like, Gartrix will, kind of walk back and get into the vague, like, talking without looking to each other position, smoothly. Yeah, it could be a problem. Pretended thought that it was of little consequence, but you know that's when people start flashing the signs and going like $2 billion.
It seems like they might be underselling it. But I wonder why they would.
Maybe Mr. Shit. Maybe Mr. Delapan's looking for treasure himself.
Someone clears his throat right behind you two.
Hi, how can we help?
It's Victor Delapan, and he seems to be looking at you with his head cocked to his side, with recognition, but that shouldn't possibly be true.
Kenya comes with dangerous familiarity.
Forgive me for the intrusion, but I am of the impression that you are new here. I don't recognize your face. I don't recognize your faces, and it's been a long time since we've had fresh ones here.
Fresh ones. Interesting way to describe it. Hi, it's nice to meet you. My name's Neil Hammer.
Neil Hammer. not Dr. Neilhammer, would it be?
The very same. Well,
Oh.
Doctor Professor, but who's counting?
Fascinating. I'm delighted to see you here, though I have to admit I'm a bit surprised to see someone of your reputation here. I was a big fan of the paper you wrote on Octavian and his generals. Fascinating. The fellow who dug a moat, no, a lake to train his soldiers.
Indeed so. Yeah, it was a unique way to actually start a navy, especially for people who were mostly landlocked at the time.
Certainly one way to fight a blockade. And who is your friend?
I'll let him introduce himself.
I Mr. Schmidt. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Schmidt. German, perhaps?
Yes, indeed.
That's wonderful. My father was German. What part of me that isn't French comes from a long line of heroes there?
I see. A fascinating bit of history, then.
Indeed, indeed. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. I have to admit, I am surprised to see such esteemed fresh faces here.
Yes.
Places like this are very interesting when it comes to artifacts, so to speak. And indeed, there were a couple of things Roman related, and indeed, think like Iroquois mentioned a little later. Good stuff and good material to write about and, tell my students.
I couldn't have agreed more. But this is, of course, not a museum. You are here to bid on something, no?
Of course. Why else
Indeed
would we
so.
be here?
Of course. Why else would you be here? I'm curious to know which item, but I would not wish to spoil the surprise, of course. It is part of the marvel of these events for me. A way to try to read people and see why this auction out of any other certain people turn up.
People watching in a way.
Of course. Forgive me, I ramble. Please enjoy yourselves, and, of course, enjoy the hospitality of my home.
Indeed so. And let me be undoubtedly far from the first to say that you have a wonderful estate here.
Oh, you do me such kindness. I should only hope I can repay it. And he nods and leaves, and his security team follows.
Was that suspicious to you, Schmidt?
Quite.
Okay. Just checking.
Something is going on here. Something I cannot quite put my finger on. We should be on our guard.
Why don't you guys, on that note, give me a society and observation check. Oh.
Indeed.
Oh.
Oh.
And I'll say you guys have spent a decent amount of time kind of blending in and kind of keeping watch for specific things. I will go ahead and give you guys both one advantage dice to this roll.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That is...
Oh, not quite a crit.
I see 2 basic successes from Thomas, and I see two
basics
basic
from
successes
Mark.
from Mark. Would either of you like to take a risk to try to improve?
I will take a risk, I think.
Which dice would you like to re-roll, sir?
The 4 and the 5.
The 4 and the 5. A lovely choice, I think.
Like a sommelier. Very good choice.
A
Sir.
very good choice, sir.
Some very good floral notes with this roll. Yep. Greatest success.
Oh, hell yeah.
Critical success.
Poor dying Thomas. You poor fool.
Poor boy.
All right, so you do have a critical success. You have 2 critical successes.
Oh shit! I do. Wait.
Wow. No,
No,
'cause which
only
one
one.
did you re-roll? You re-rolled a 2 as well?
No, the 4 and the
The
5.
4 and the 5.
And
You're
I-
right.
I-
You're right.
I
You're right.
rolled a
You're right.
4.
You're right. Critical success and a basic success though. So that's still pretty gravy.
Yes.
So Thomas, I'm gonna start with you. Here's what you notice. As you're kind of cruising around the party, you hear a great deal of whispers from various socialites and criminals who make mention.
I'll hit him with my baton later.
They make mention things about like, strange. It seems like the auction order was moved up. Why are they handling that piece of paper first? Seems like they maybe want to get it out of the way, but that's so bizarre of the host. Mark, you get information that even though the auction is hosted on Victor's property, he does not run the auction himself. He is bidding for it. It is not an item that he already owns.
Okay. Okay, that confirms a lot of things.
What more, with that critical, you also see that there is a fella who is wearing a very fashionable fedora, who's got a pretty jagged looking scar across his face, who has been eyeing you specifically for a while now, you realize.
Uh-oh. Okay. Look at him for a while, and when they manage to regroup, he kind of move over to Dr. Hammer and say, I have noticed some interesting things. I think our host has intent to bid on the item we are after.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I suspect he knows what it's about.
Yes, I think we have found a competition to our ultimate plans. As well, I seem to be watched by shady personnel. A man with a scar in the corner. As he kind of subtly, nods his head in that direction, but tries not to draw attention too much.
Thomas, do
I'm
you
gonna
try to see him
I'm gonna
as well?
quickly yes, he's going to quickly but subtly just like take a drink from a champagne flute and let his eyes wander over the room.
The man is already walking towards you guys.
Uh-oh, we got company.
Nice.
Now, as this man approaches you to get within speaking distance, I want to go ahead and apologize beforehand because I didn't consider this until after I'd already written the character and decided on an accent for him. But as he approaches, he goes, "G'day, mates."
You knew exactly what you were doing, Liam.
I could have changed it. I could have, but I
The
didn't.
two
Oh,
Australians.
God.
The two
I
Australians.
was-
Did you pull that out?
There was a moment I was expecting like a bad Italian accent, and I was not expecting that. All right. Okay.
Hi there, fella.
Apologies. I hope I'm not disturbing your drink.
No, not at all. Can we help you, Mr.
Dex. The name's Dex.
Dex?
Sorry, was that Dix or Dex? Sorry, I got it. You'd think I've had a better ear for accent. Dex?
No, it's all right. My accent's not quite traditionally. It's not quite the clearest, I find. People tend to mix up what I say all the time. Dex, D-E-X.
Dex, gotcha. Alright, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. How can we help you?
Oh, I'm a part of Victor's security detail, and I was just curious about why he was speaking to you. He didn't seem to be very forthcoming with me, personally. Oh boy, getting southern there. Let's try to pull that back a little bit.
Part of Victor's security detail, but you weren't like following him around or anything. You weren't like with the, I don't want to say goon squad, because I'm sure they're well-trained professionals.
Oh well, of course. But I have to I have to admit, it is his property, so I do my best to try to make sure that the situation is completely under control.
Is this man lying to me?
Ooh.
Is he part of the security
What
detail?
can you roll to do that? Why don't you roll me? Why don't you roll me society and observation? Again.
All right,
And
then.
I'm going to be rolling something. Oh, no, I'm not going to be rolling something against you. Never mind. Fuck you.
Fuck
Okay,
you,
you dick.
I forgot. I don't roll dice in this game.
All right, let's see how it goes. I'm expecting no joy. I did indeed get no joy. Can I reroll things if I get no success?
You can. It just means that you're going to get no successes if you fail. But super no success. You got nothing to lose, really.
Yeah, exactly. If I got nothing to lose, I'm going to reroll everything but the 6.
Very wise.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. That's pretty unfortunate. So, it's hard to tell. This guy is very clearly putting up a stone wall expression to try to... He's being friendly enough, but it's definitely a fake friendly, but, like, everybody here is fake friendly, so whatever. As far as you can tell, he is not lying to you.
Well, indeed. Well, it's mighty nice to meet you.
Oh, of course. I've heard quite a bit about your exploits.
Only good things, I hope. Yeah, like, slightly dangerous smile comes to his face.
Of course. Though, of course, my personal interests are somewhat different than my employers.
Is that so? What are your personal interests, if I may ask?
Well, as a mercenary, I do my best to keep an eye on people who get into trouble. And especially in climate like this, I feel rather out of place. So it's nice to meet somebody that I know for sure is capable of getting their hands dirty.
I see.
And, what might... You seem to be well acquainted with this gentleman here. What's your name? I don't think I caught it.
I am Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith. You got a first name, Smith?
Da.
Da Smith?
No, I meant that more in
It's-
a
Yeah,
a-
in German.
affirmative.
Ow! Shit.
Uh.
Sorry, I bumped a waiter.
Don't worry
these
about it,
waiters
man.
are-
Let me.
are everywhere.
He takes a cloth and wipes a little champagne off his lapel. Are you okay, Liam?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, how kind of you.
Adler Schmidt.
Adler Schmidt. Well, it's nice to see a couple of people who know what to do here, at least more or less. Curious. I'm sure the boss already asked you, but what you doing here?
I got a personal interest in artifacts of, well, all shapes and sizes.
Of course.
While I am of the personal opinion that public collections are more edifying for a society as a whole, it's still good to learn about this stuff, to see it in action, and you know what? This side of the retrieval is definitely a lot less stressful, you know?
Which gallery are you most interested in? There's, of course, the Southeastern, and there's the South American, the Norwegian, and the Roman section.
Actually, I was going for the Roma, but if there's the South American section, I'm actually going to poke my nose in, see how things go. I'll definitely be interested in seeing how those auctions head out.
Oh, you didn't do a lot of research on what was here beforehand?
I heard a little bit. I was mostly going in for the Roman stuff.
Curious. You know, we just added a new item to that the other day. Like, recent.
Was it the Virgil thing?
Oh, no, that's been well documented to be here for at least a month or so. But pretty rare for items to turn up last minute at these kinds of things.
Huh. And I assume you're talking about the death certificate one. Strange it was put to the first of the list.
Oh, yeah, mighty strange, especially out of nowhere. So, if you ask me, and he kind of leans closer and he goes, if you ask me, I'd say someone might be trying to rig it.
That's likely.
But it's not my place to speculate. It's not really my job.
As head of security?
Oh, yeah. After all, if one of these rich assholes wants to cheat by throwing the right amount of money around, as long as nobody's life is in danger, it's not really an issue to me, eh? Or at least, as long as it's not interfering with what my boss wants.
That's fair, I guess. You sound like very unsure.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, it's been dandy, but I think I should get back to it, eh?
Yeah,
Exactly,
It was
well-
a pleasure to meet you,
Yeah,
Mr.
same here.
Dex.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. I hope we can meet again under more, interesting circumstances. And, of course, I certainly hope that it doesn't get too much more interesting.
Well, you know how these things go. Calm one moment, storm the next.
And he nods politely and leaves.
Yeah, that was suspicious too, right?
Extremely.
He even had like a facial scar and everything. I'm pretty sure this is gonna end with us on a speedboat knife fighting.
Yes. He's also Australian.
Oh, no, I reckon that's an unfair stereotype. Just because he's Australian doesn't mean he's a nasty criminal.
They are very suspicious, capricious people. I do not trust them very much.
I'm seeing an interesting side to you tonight, Mr. Schmidt.
I am very opinionated on certain topics. Anyway, we should focus more on our mission. I'm sure he will be a obstacle to cross eventually.
Bryce
What
makes,
so?
Bryce makes his way kind of through the crowd and reaches you guys and goes, "Hey, I heard they moved up the schedule. What have you guys been able to find out?"
Well, it's certainly suspicious. Hey, real quick, this contact of yours, was he Australian?
Oh, no. Well, I didn't really have a contact per se.
Is the contact you?
Yeah, the contact's technically me. I used to work
So
for
you're
Victor.
planning on... Say again?
I used to work for Victor.
So he knows who you are.
Yeah, which is why I've been trying to stay off the floor for all night, but I realized that we didn't think about maybe getting like some cool earpieces or something like that so we could talk to each other. That would have been super cool, but I forgot about that, so that's on me.
Yeah, that would have been important information to know, that you know the
Well,
host of this party.
it wouldn't have needed to
God.
come up if you hadn't asked.
Bryce, it's happening again.
What's
Bryce,
happening?
he
You
is the
hide like a
one-
piece of information and then you go in for an action and then they're like pointing their guns and I don't have a lead pipe anymore.
No one's pointed a gun today.
Bryce, he is the man we will be bidding against. He is
Oh,
intent on taking it for himself.
well, we knew that. We weren't going to actually bid on it. I mean, what kind of scratch have you guys got lying around, right?
We do not have a lot of time. It is item number 1.
Okay.
So we must either act quickly before it is snapped up, or try and stall it. We see if we can outbid him.
Okay, all right. So, what's the play then?
See, the one who's better at maybe people. I'm not sure who that is among us. I think we're pretty like evenly balanced there, like up to a dice roll of like maybe +1. Um,
I think
we
you're
could like
better.
stall. Yeah, we could stall the auction for a little bit. I again am not made of money. Um,
Well, as long as we lose, we don't have to pay anything.
True enough.
But losing also means that we don't get a hold of it. So I guess our options are we either try to take a photo and hope there's nothing physical we need on it, which could present its own risks, or we steal it from a bunch of criminals and mafia osos that will likely kill us if we even get close to getting caught.
Do we know where the item is currently? Or where they are storing the, what is up next?
Yeah, they're probably keeping it right back. And he points over to the big cloth curtain, because they're probably keeping it right back there.
How are you for, sneaking around, Professor Hammer?
I got a total of 4 dice, so not too good, not too bad.
It's better than I have.
I've got 5 dice.
That is not bad.
I actually get I get an automatic critical success on it. I don't even roll dice, but you know, whatever.
Oh, it's quite nice, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
decent.
it's very good. Tell you what, how about this? You stay at Dr. Smith here and make sure that things are all on the up and up over here. Bryce and I will take a sneak around, take a picture. All we're looking for are those little hidden letters. Once we got it, we'll see what we have to do.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I leap out that window and he gestures and then run like hell.
All
Oh,
right.
hold on, someone's at the door. I'll be right back.
I hope he's not being serious about jumping out that specific window, because that's at least a 20-foot drop.
That is a long drop
Yeah.
into a
That
very populated car park.
That window over there might actually be better.
I'm
'Cause,
back. Sorry.
we were just talking about how that specific window that you pointed to is a 20-foot drop, so you might have a better chance at that window over there, actually.
Or you could take the stairs.
No, but they got people covering this. I'm fine with climbing. I specifically, though I don't know exactly what it does mechanically speaking, have something for climbing.
Well, okay, that might be our shot then. So, I think having us work together but separately is probably going to be our best bet, right?
I agree.
Okay, so if one of us is effective at delaying or causing a distraction, one of us helps with the theft, and one of us makes the getaway, we should be alright, right?
Right.
See how it goes. A theft might not be necessary, but if it is, yeah, I'll make the getaway as much as I can.
Okay, alright. We're on to something here.
I will try and draw attention away from that door. As you point to the one that's probably the most guarded.
Okay. I can get my way through there. Maybe I can find some kind of power system, shut down the lights for a minute or two. It probably won't last for very long, but it'll be something.
Sounds like a plan. Except if I am gonna have to knife fight an Australian on a speedboat, he's going to well, probably be aware or savvy enough that if the power cuts out, it's because someone's trying to make designs on the goods.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
And since we
Yeah.
can't really communicate with each other, timing's going to be really difficult. Unless we do a regular phone call. But, I mean, I guess that's doable.
I think we will have to rely on improvisation.
Tell you what. Which one of you thinks you're going to grab the thing?
I might as well if it's necessary. If I can get a good look at it and make a good enough oh shit, hold on. I was about to say gander, but that's not American. Get a good enough look at it to make sure that it's authentic and it's got, the right kind of information. I might not have to steal it. However, if I pick it up and run, I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right. Tell you what, if I find a power system or something like that, I'll give you both a phone call. Just don't answer it. Just let it ring, and then when you guys are ready, after I give you that phone call, you just ring me, and the second my phone starts ringing, I'll cut the power. It's gonna be a little awkward timing, but it'll be something.
And we really should have bought those nice earpieces.
I know, I'm really kicking myself for not doing that, but lessons learned for next time.
Exactly. Go around and have some few more hors d'oeuvres.
All right. So, Mr. Mark, how would Dr. Dalton like to run some interference to help Mr. Man get through the door?
Okay. So it'd need to be something that could probably distract the guards and move most of the attention away.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a point where like everyone's like, or the host is like saying something important and people just seem to be like focusing in on him?
Oh yeah, Victor's given a speech kind of near that area, not to the whole room, but just to a large crowd that's gathered around him. He's telling a story about his most recent trip to India and the strange skulls that he found there or whatever. And everybody is kind of enjoying the conversation. That's certainly something.
Okay. As that's going on, I think Dalton will find like a moment of pause where he's not being looked at and quickly take off his glasses and kind of tuck them into his pocket. And at this point, we'll kind of like wander over, probably to where like the guards that are guarding the doorway into like further into the location.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of walk up to them, almost stumbling a little bit as if he's like, he can't see, and going, pardon, excusez-moi, I need some assistance. I seem to have dropped my glasses in the mass of the crowd. Do you think you might be able to help me? I'm afraid I cannot see very well.
Oh, very nice. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you make a society and eloquence check to try to scam these guys. However,
All right.
I'm going to give you +2 because you have actually literally blinded yourself in the process of this. So it's easier to sell.
All right. That is 6 die. Yes. Let's go. It's
Ooh.
only 2 standard successes.
Would you like to
However,
take a risk?
I will take the risk
Yeah.
and roll the 6 and the 5.
Give it to me.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I need a 4 or a 1, hopefully both. I got 2 dice. Well, it's
Ooh.
2 standard successes either way.
Interesting. Actually, it's not because you've got 3 standard successes.
Oh, right, because I keep them because I succeed.
Correct. So, interesting. Okay. So, you're able to pull one of the guards away. He goes, all right, where did you lose them? Come show me. The other one stays there. However, you've got 2 basic successes. What are 2 little minor things you would like to do here that you can kind of sneak into this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear what you can put forward first.
Okay.
Just so that there's no pressure on you.
Yeah. I guess my main thing is that this is enough to distract the one guy for like a decent amount of time. The other one is like, it makes it so the other guy is still kind of paying attention to me and not watching like my companions. So it gives them kind of an opportunity to sneak up on him.
Tell you what, I'll let you spend both of those basic successes on, or I'll let you spend another one of those basic successes on giving 1 advantage to or I'll let you pass that basic success on to Bryce as he tries to get through. So he'll definitely have a basic success. And as he kind of, as the guard kind of turns to look and see what's going on, Bryce just very, very gracefully and quietly slips right past behind him and opens the door. Now, it does make a slight sound, and you can see that the other guard kind of turns and goes in to look. How would you like to draw his attention? Because you will get that third, I'll say that third basic success will let you stop him from getting caught.
Okay. I guess the other thing would be to kind of trip a waiter over that's coming by and cause the waiter to tumble into
Perfect.
the
Perfect.
the guard.
Yeah, absolutely happens. The waiter stumbles over and the dishes clatter and it makes a very loud noise, and it buys just enough time for the guard to look away for a second, and then when he returns, it's all clear. So after a little bit, I assume you find your glasses somewhere.
I meant he'd do that for a while, and then he'd go, wait, and then check his pockets, go, oh, my mistake. It seems I just misplaced them. Thank you very much, though. You were very helpful.
Have a nice day. And he walks back to the door to keep guarding
Dankeschön. He puts the glasses back on.
All right, Mr. Hammer.
That's me.
How would you like to get in position here? Now, there are a couple of ways to get backstage. There do seem to be guards in both positions. It seems like the stage itself is very guarded, but the kitchen and other things like that, they've got staff mostly, so not a whole lot of armed guards in that kind of area.
Got you. Well, here's the thing. All Dr. Hammer has to do, and I notice we've been alternating Doctor and Professor. And that's perfectly fine. That's what I wanted. Soon he will become a knight, maybe. And we can swap it with Sir. All he needs to do is wait for a moment for the power to go out. He can cover a lot of ground pretty quickly.
That's true.
So all he needs to do, more or less, is wait in a position where he can get a straight line to it. Like maybe there's a fondue fountain.
Oh yeah. There's a whole snack table that's for some reason perfectly placed for you to be able to sprint backstage real quick.
Well, yeah, I would like to hang around that snack table.
Perfect. It seems like they're starting to get the item out. They still haven't totally done it, but it seems like they're in the final stages of preparation, so time's going to be kind of short here. Mr. Sir, who is Dalton, let me ask you this. Now that you've done that part and you see that Hammer is in position more or less, what's something else that you would like to do to try to help Hammer have the best shot? Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I was muted and I forgot. Right. So, okay. So, Hammer seems to be the right position. I guess it'd mostly be trying to pay attention to see what Victor's up to. And if possible, even engage him in the conversation to try and push it further to make a delay for things.
Sure.
Try to talk to him about things that are interesting him. So,
Let's play that out. So how do you approach Victor here?
I think he'd move over to where he's doing his speech and listen into the conversation first to get an idea of what the topic is, and then try and bring something in from there.
And of course, business is murder, so there was very little option but to strip him of his assets. But how could I resist? The man was insufferable,
And the crowd kind of laughs along with him.
Oh, it's water under the bridge. We're quite close friends now, more or less.
I see. How interesting. A man of your caliber is sure to have many interesting friends, no?
Far more enemies, I'm afraid, Mr. Smith.
Well, I suppose you can't please everyone, can you?
It would be impossible at my age, unfortunately. But I've found myself happy with the life I've chosen, more or less. I still want for things, of course. It is the human condition, but there is a matter of dissatisfaction I can't help but feel every once in a while. And once my heart's set on something, I have no recourse but to make sure that it happens.
I see. A man who knows what he wants and is willing to do anything he can to get it.
Of course.
You are a rarity these days, good sir.
Well, I like to think so. Are you such a man, Mr. Schmidt?
Of an extent. I am one to go after the things that I want and make sure the things that I desire to happen, happen.
Ambition. It is a powerful drug, isn't it?
Indeed. Though also a dangerous one. As you said, it can lead to many enemies, unfortunately.
What line of work are you in, Mr. Schmidt?
I am a similar one to yours, I suppose. A collector. I find fascinating things that I want and attempt to purchase them if they stir my interest.
If they stir your interest, of course. And what if something cannot be purchased? That is always the dilemma. They say money can buy anything, but the truth is that there are some things that remain out of reach even to those as wealthy as I.
That is true enough. I suppose it's at times like those they need to be found by aspiring men, women. Seek the unrequired.
Of course. And somebody comes up and whispers to him, and he says something, and go ahead and make me a, why don't you give me a society and charm check here?
Ooh.
Oh, and you have a +1 for your fancy suit.
Hell yeah.
Great, because I'm not good at this.
I believe in you.
Let's roll 4 dice. That's a standard success. I'm not going to risk it. I'll go with the standard. I want to know what he's saying.
Tell you what, actually, before you roll, if you'd
okay.
like, I will let you do society and culture instead.
Oh, well, I have already rolled.
Oh, you did already roll. This is your roll here. Oh dear. I'll let you re-roll if you
either
like.
way, it's the same.
Oh, is it?
It's the same dice. so it doesn't matter.
Society and charm. Oh, it would be. It would still be +1 though. So you'd be rolling 5 instead of 4.
Oh, because I also. Oh, do I also get my suit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you
Because I have commanded it as your overlord.
Thus it shall be.
There we
Ooh.
go.
There we
There's a
go.
critical success. Now let me ask
Hell
you this.
yeah.
3 4s.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Would you like to take a risk?
Ooh.
There are higher levels of successes.
Oh, there are, aren't there?
Mhm.
Okay, so here's the question: if I don't succeed, does it remove the crit or does it downgrade it to
It
a regular?
removes the crit.
Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Fuck it. Why not? Let's go.
Oh, risking it for that.
Take the risk.
Bisking it. Now,
Oh.
I will remind you before you roll again. You do have such a thing called a luck coin. Both of you have at least have
do.
one, and you can flip that. You will for sure get the effect, but it's a 50-50 shot that you'll lose it after you get the effect. And what you can use that on is to basically succeed at this roll. Just
As
succeed.
if I had rolled whatever I wanted.
Correct.
Okay. Ooh. How do we get those back again? Out of curiosity.
Once per session or for exceptional roleplay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend it then. I might as well.
Yeah. All right.
I will flip that coin.
In that case, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade your success by 1. You will not need to do a risk. And you will have an extreme success on this. So, as he's whispering, you overhear them say something about the item is ready. We can begin whenever you like. And you are struck with divine inspiration on how you can convince him to delay it for a little bit. So,
I have an idea, but I'd like to see what you can come up with before I advise you. What do you say to get him to delay this?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Thinking about it. Mentioned before that he had like proud German heritage. So I think there's something. I'm trying to figure out what it is. What Dalton can bring up as like a piece of Germanic history that he heard about that would draw his interest.
Ooh, okay. Here's what I'll say. Just as they're talking, you notice behind him a tapestry that is very reminiscent of Charlemagne, and another one that seems to be a portrait of Barbarossa, both of which were famous Germanic kings who end up ruling the Holy Roman Empire.
Perfect. I think it's at this point. Yeah, he would just kind of say, "Hey, Charlemagne." As he kind of looks off, goes,
Ah, you recognize.
"Of course, he is a big part of German history, is he not? As well as that of Rome, if I remember correctly."
Ah, the first king of the first true Holy Roman Emperor, ordained by the Pope himself. Though the Holy Roman Empire was more or less a failure, it was glorious for a time. All of the world united under Christianity and Germany.
Indeed, a proud part of our nation's history, no?
I'd like to think so. It was a shame that that fool, Hitler, tried to imitate so much of his ideas with a flawed hand.
Yes, truly a damaging part to our nation's culture. And then there is Barbarossa.
The man who revitalized the spark that Charlemagne left. A hero who reunited many of the warring and factionalized Holy Roman Empire kingdoms, brought Germany out of the Dark Ages almost single-handedly.
Ah, you know him well then. Truly well versed in the history of this caliber.
I'll tell you a secret. Part of my wealth is his. I've got a great deal of my status by finding a treasure of my ancestor.
How fascinating. Do tell me more.
And he does. And I will tell you later some of the fun things that he says. But
Cool.
most importantly, you're able to rip him away from the guy who is awaiting an answer. And the guy is too nervous to say anything. So you have bought some
Perfect.
time. Sure enough, very soon, both of you get a phone call from Bryce. After it's done ringing, you know he's in position. It's go time. How do you want to make your play here, Thomas?
I was muted.
You
Gotcha.
were.
I said, alrighty. Seeing that Mr. Victor is being drawn away, seeing that my good friend the doctor is talking to him, that people are distracted, that not much is going on, and that Bryce is in position, Dr. Neil Hammer is going to give Bryce a call.
And sure enough, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and the lights go out.
All 6'7" of Professor Dr. Neil Hammer is going towards that place that his eyes have been on. Dun, 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 dun.
Like a stealthy bear
Yes,
creeping through the forest.
creeping through the dark.
You start to move your way through as quickly as possible. Now, go ahead and why don't you give me a certain roll here to try to see how quietly you do this. Why don't you give me crime and stealth?
Crime and stealth. Do I get an advantage for the hubbub of the, I imagine, very surprised people as the lights all go out?
You know, I was gonna tell you no, but then you made a very good case for it. So yes, you may get 2 advantage towards that. So you're rolling 2 extra
Neat.
dice, baby.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Let's see how it goes.
Just a bunch of people going, why I never? What is going
Why?
on?
What is the matter of this? All right, so
What is the meaning? I would like to re-roll the 2 and the 4, if I may.
I think you should absolutely do so.
Yes.
Actually,
Oh.
hmm, what if I re-rolled all of them except the 3s?
Oh,
That would
the risk.
that would increase your odds, but if you fail, you will have no successes.
Dun, dun,
A critical
dun.
success is definitely better. It's worth 3 basic successes. So it would be worth it if you got it. But
I'm gonna do it.
dun.
I'm gonna re-roll the 2, the 4, and both of the 1s.
oh, I love
and
it. I love how reckless
My-
you guys are. I'm
Oh.
such a fan.
My hubris may bite me in the ass, but we'll see. They'll all see. Yes.
Where did this painting of Icarus come from?
There it is. There it is. So you got yourself a
Woo!
critical
Success.
success. Very nice. All right. So, Dr. Hammer just sprints back, and he remembers where all the carpeting was on the stage, and you're able to very quickly move through. And sure enough, just as the lights come back on, you are backstage and you are alone. There is
Perfect.
right there, ready to be rolled out in a display case, the paper you're looking for.
Got you. Dr. Professor Neil Hammer is going to put his expertise into use. He is going to look at it, and I would like to make a similar roll to what I did for the first suicide note,
You
and see if I
absolutely may.
can. Yes, and see if I can detect any of the hidden messages.
So you absolutely can make that roll. So you're going to be rolling knowledge culture to try to decipher this thing as quickly as possible. I am going to give you a -1 because you're trying to do it so fast. However, I believe this falls under your specialization or your expertise of archaeology, which means if you would like to re-roll, you can do it for free. No negative consequence if you don't get any successes.
Indeed so. All right then, let's give it a go. That's 5d6. Alrighty. I will use my free reroll to reroll the 4, the 1, and the 6.
Very wise, very wise. Come on, let's see a baby. Let's see a 2.
Oh, there's no 2s.
No
There's no 2s.
consequences,
It's
though.
just 2 and just a 2. So, hypothetically, could I reroll those 3 dice again with a consequence?
You can. However, if you fail, you lose everything.
If I fail...
If you get no
What
new
do you
successes.
think, Mark? All I need is
You
a
do have
single
your
2.
coin.
Oh, I do. What do I do with the coin?
I forgot to have you flip that. Shit. Hey, Mark,
Oh right, yeah.
real fast. Heads or tails?
Heads.
I lied to you. You don't get to decide. I'm gonna roll a 1. I'm gonna roll
Okay,
1d2
never mind
for you. All right, it's heads. So, bad
Okay.
news, you lose the coin. That's it.
All right. Cool.
All right. So, Thomas, if you flip the coin, you might get to keep it, and you can get whatever the next level of success is. So right now you've got a basic success. You can get a critical for free. No matter what, it just you may lose the coin, which could save your life in combat if you end up dying.
I will risk it for the biscuit on this.
Risk it for that biscuit.
I will risk the coin.
I'm blanching, girl, we blanching. I live up in a mansion. And you also lose your coin.
Oh.
But
That is unfortunate.
you will get a critical success, which is what you need to decipher some very important things.
Perfect.
With the light of the emergency lights that have come on, the kind of red glow, you can tell that the paper, the sliding is just hitting it just right. You can tell it's got some transparency to it, to the point where it seems like there's definitely some encoded some kind of encryption on the paper that's meant to be a cipher for something. And it looks like the edges of the paper have markings on them that you might be able to deduce the paper needs to be folded in order to get the full picture.
Do I need to open the case to do it?
You would need to open the case in order to fold it, yes. And it is locked with a padlock.
I am not Professor Lockpick. I am Professor Hunk.
Hunk smash?
Hunk Smash.
Hunk smash. All right. Go ahead and give me... oh.
Under normal circumstances, Dr. Hammer would never, ever, 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 ever do this, but it belongs to a criminal, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's feeling better about this. Okay, why don't you give me wild tough, and you have expertise in strength, so you can re-roll for free.
Indeed. May I use my baton?
Ooh, you may. Go ahead and flip that bad boy out, and you can get an extra advantage on that.
Absolutely, I will. Taking it out of his jacket pocket with a and plink. That is critical success. 3 2s.
Ooh, very nice. Would you still like to push that? Actually...
I would,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I won't.
It's for free. You've got no consequences.
Oh, it's for
Yes,
free. In that
go for
case,
it.
yes, I will. That is 3 dice that I can reroll. That is another 2.
That's an extreme success. So, yeah, as you crack your hand into it, you realize that it is not made of glass. It's made of plastic. However, it doesn't matter. You've actually done something like this before, not necessarily under as tense circumstances, and not necessarily as cleanly that time either, but you crack the plastic open and the top just kind of falls out. And it makes a sickening crunching sound, but it breaks away into one solid piece. So you are able to get the piece of paper out of there, and it doesn't make that much noise, really.
Yeah, it's plastic. I'm gonna do some soul searching real quick for about 10 seconds, just for what kind of person Dr. Neil Hammer is. Is he the kind of person to leave it here so it can be auctioned off? Or is he the kind of person to take it with him, considering he's already crossed the point of no return?
Indeed. Well, it's certainly a difficult situation. There's a lot of factors to consider.
Yeah. He's going to do his best to like fold it into. Does it come with like a leather sleeve or something?
It does. So you'd have to remove it from the leather packet, the leather sleeve, in order to start doing that kind of thing. And it is very
He's
delicate.
He's just gonna take the leather sleeve. He's gonna put it in his inside jacket.
Perfect. Now you've got a couple of ways out of this area. You could go back through the curtain where you came. However, it is very likely that there are lights on there, and that you will be seen doing so. Or you could try to head further backstage and see if you can find a way out of this mansion, or to a window, or somewhere.
Further backstage likely seems the best way. He doesn't want to be seen by a massive crowd of mafiosos.
Probably pretty smart. And as you start, you kind of tuck it and you start moving through. We're going to cut back to Mark real fast. Now, Mark, the lights went out, and Victor immediately goes, head backstage. I need to know. I need to make sure it's still there. Something's wrong. And a couple of his guys kind of split off, kind of split around, and when the lights come back on, he's looking right at you. He goes,
Yeah.
You seem to have been separated from your friend.
Oh, I think you cut out on my end.
You seem to have been separated from your friend.
Have I? I hadn't noticed. I was so engrossed in the conversation.
Indeed.
It was brilliantly distracting, wasn't it?
Perhaps. Anyway, I should continue to conversate with the others in this room, but it has been a good time. I would very much like to continue speaking more about this history with you.
As you start to kind of step like back away from the conversation, he reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder, and it is a strong grip.
And he goes, "My friend, I like you. I do. I really, really do. So instead of doing what my instincts tell me, I'm going to instead make a promise to you. If that piece of paper isn't in my hands by the time I leave this building, I promise you I will find you and your friend and do very, very bad things to you. Are we clear?"
Yeah.
Good. Then please, go and find your friend.
And he lets go of you.
Wait, he's just going to turn around and begin walking in the direction of where the other guys were running. This time he's just going to pull out his phone and is going to like look through, probably send like a text message.
Yeah.
Being like, "Fuck are you guys?" He knows.
Sure enough, you get a response from Bryce that says, "Running, found some trouble. Did you guys get it?" There is
And like on this group chat is
nope. No
sorry.
response. No response from
Oh,
Thomas
no
yet.
response.
Don't worry.
Indeed.
I'll get to you in a
no.
moment. Hold on.
Okay, it'd be like, what kind of trouble?
And on
Or
that
trouble, question mark.
No, that's good. On that note,
Yeah.
we're going to cut back to Thomas. So, Thomas, Hammer starts making his way up a flight of stairs, and eventually he finds a moment in a study that's kind of out of the way. You see a couple of windows you might be able to climb out of that you could probably get down. It's starting to get evening time, so it's starting to fall. Like, the sunset's happening, so the light is kind of blaring, but starting to dim. And your phone buzzes, and it is the message that was just stated.
Gotcha. On the group, he will say, "Yep, what's up?" Oh, he knows? Sucks. Shall I leave it here?
As you're typing that, but before you have a chance to hit send, there's a knock on the door.
Occupied.
Oh, terribly sorry. I seem to have found the wrong room. Do you know where the lavatory is?
Just to the left, make another right, and then you got the men's bathrooms.
Oh,
And Neil Hammer is grinning.
thank you dearly. Sorry, forgive me. Are you staff? I should want to thank
Can he
you.
seriously not recognize the voice?
I should want to thank you properly.
Oh no, don't worry, it's all good, it's all... Can I open the window and slip out?
Yeah. As you reach the window, you realize that it is indeed locked. It's a big. There's a big floor to ceiling window that kind of looks over the bay, and then there's a couple of smaller windows that you could probably pry open, but not without making some noise.
I am fine with making a little Actually, I've got a real quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
In the estimation of Professor Dr. Neil Hammer,
Mm-hmm.
how long would it take to fold up the sheet of paper and learn what he needs?
Well, folding up the sheet of paper, not very long. But learning what he needs, that is really dependent on what's actually on the piece of paper once you fold it. It could be some kind of script that you'd have to memorize and interpolate. So
Probably not 10 seconds.
it's possible, but unlikely.
Yeah, tell you what, give me a quick moment. He's going to absolutely pry open a window and slip out of it.
Okay, as he goes, "Oh, of course," And then the door is kicked off of its hinges by a very muscular-looking Englishman with kind of blonde hair. He looks very similar, actually, to Dex, sans scar and not wearing a hat of any kind. And he kind of makes his way in and goes, it was just occurring to me that staff is allowed downstairs, but not up here during these kinds of events, so it was so strange to... Would you like some help with that?
That's the part of this whole thing that startles you? He says, like, in the middle of, like, prying open a window.
I have to admit, I do like being coy a little bit. And,
I've noticed. And, yeah.
And
Oh, sorry, you go.
you are welcome to go ahead and try to make a wild and tough check. Or no, actually, I'm gonna say that would be a. Ooh, what would that be? I wonder. I'm gonna say a wild and tough check, with a strength expertise. However, I will say that if you do manage to succeed, unless you get a basic success and a critical success, he will likely you'll need a critical success to get it open, a basic success to move through it, and if you do not get both of those things, he will be able to act before you get through the window.
I am fine with engaging him in combat if the need arises.
He's very large and he is cracking his knuckles. It certainly looks like it's coming to that if you don't get out right now.
Alright, so let me see how it goes. 5d6 with a strength proficiency.
Correct.
Okay, that is not great. I will re-roll the 1, the 4, and the 2.
I think that's probably wise.
Looking for a 3. I got a 3. Unfortunately, that is a critical, but not a basic.
So you're able to kind of, like, you look at him, and then you look at the window, and then you look back at him.
And look back at him.
Yeah.
And I just, like, while looking at him, like a cat pushing off a glass, just...
And with one strong pull, you actually rip the lock right off of the window and push it up, and he charges at you. And he's going to make a action and fight check against you. And you are going to do the same.
Absolutely. I get a baton thingy, and does my strength apply to this, or does it not?
It does. No. Yes. I'd say it would. You could go ahead and get that for it. So baton's out. Actually.
Baton out?
Wait. I'm going to say.
He would have a weapon too, right?
He does not have a weapon right this moment. But here's what I'm going to say. You can use a basic success on this fight roll to draw your baton and add it to your next one. Or you can forego rolling on this and just draw a baton. You could also, if you wanted, roll action and stunt to try to dodge his attack, and that would let you draw the baton as well without taking any damage. So you got a couple of options here.
In that case, let me go for a regular attack. I'll try and get a basic success to draw my stuff.
Sounds wise to me.
Alright, let's do this. 5d6 and strength proficiency. That is a basic success.
Very fighty, man. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Okay, so you can, if you'd like, draw the baton and make it out the window. But you are going to take a really gnarly hit as he kind of like grabs you by the shoulders and slams you into one of the bookcases. He is a strong lad. So the damage that so you got a couple. Hang on, I'm gonna give you some options here real fast. Sorry, I'm just double checking what the actual amount is here.
Forgive me, Mark.
Is that 'cause
It's all good. Kick his ass.
Forgive me, Mark, for being thrown out a window. It hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
We'll see. It'd be very funny if you are, though.
Where the hell takes luck? There we go. There we go. Okay. So, you will take 3 luck damage if you spend none of those basic successes negating it, each basic success will lower the damage by 1. So if you spend both of them on not taking damage, you only take 1 luck damage from this.
Got you.
Alternatively, you could spend 1 on negating damage and 1 on drawing your baton, or, you know, both of them on drawing the baton and leaving, or 1 on something and leaving, you know, that kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
But at the moment, I only have 1 basic success, right?
Correct.
I will... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I would like to re-roll my dice. Because I have strength. I would like to re-roll the 6, the 5, and the 2 to see if I can get another 4.
Yeah, go for it. I think that's...
Let me shake what my mama gave me.
Yeah, man. Go for it. All right.
That is another 4.
That is another 4, so that's going to give you a critical success.
Alright, with a critical counts as 3 basic, right?
Correct. However, when you're fighting an enemy like this, you could spend it on 3 basic successes, or you could take no damage from him and instead do damage to him this turn. Beat the crap out of him.
I do want to beat the crap out of him. But here's my thought. I could beat the crap out of him, or I could draw my baton and avoid 2 damage.
Correct.
And he did 3, right?
Correct. But if you beat the crap out of him, you'll also take no damage. So.
Alright, I'll beat the crap out of him. Let's do it.
Yeah, so he tries to grab you and slam you into the bookshelf, and instead you're able to kind of reverse it and pull his head into the wall. And he backs up a little bit and wipes his mouth, and he goes, "Oh, good. I was hoping you'd be a fighter."
University of Texas, baby.
All right, so you're going to roll. It's your turn now. So let me double check something real fast. Just want to make sure if you've got like a second action or something.
Do 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 do.
Okay, so go ahead and make me another fight check. If you want, I will say that you can draw your baton in this time.
All right, let's do this. Smack. That is 2. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that is 3 basic successes.
Very nice. Okay, if you'd like, you can upgrade that into a critical, and you will do damage to him again this turn.
I would love to do that. Thank you.
Perfect. You're so welcome. Yeah, so you flip out the baton, and then you smack it into his leg, and he kind of goes, "Oh, that's cheating."
But I'm sure you got a concealed knife. Let me just beat you unconscious before you can use it.
All right. Why don't you roll me fight one more time as he makes a lunge at you here?
That is critical success.
Boy, you are just fucking streaming it here, aren't
I'm
you?
getting good luck, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you managed
As
to...
he goes for a lunge,
Go
can
for
I
it.
sidestep him and slam his skull into the windowsill?
You can. You can absolutely do that. And you can see it leave a decent amount of blood, and he's knocked out. He just collapses to a slump on the ground.
Nothing personal, man. Someone get this guy an ambulance, like concussion.
And then you gotta make your way out the window.
He is.
As you're climbing through, you feel something grab your leg as you were pulled back in by this guy who is actually not nearly as unconscious as you thought he would. Most people would have been
my God.
unconscious. He is not for some reason.
You're fun.
Funny, I was just going to say the same thing about you. And go ahead and roll me another fight check.
Yep, that's a regular success and a critical.
Regular success. You're killing me, Larry. I just want to have him do something cool. But you're kicking his ass so bad. Yeah, once again.
Yeah, as he
Go ahead,
pulls him
describe
back by the leg, he kicks him in the face.
And he stumbles backward and then tries to go for like one of those Captain Kirk like double-handed, like double fisted like slams on you, hammer fist. Go ahead and roll me another one. If things go this well, this fight will actually be over way sooner than I thought it would be.
That is 2 basic successes. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna re-roll the 1 and the 2.
Smart. All you need is a 4 or the
I'm
3.
looking. Yeah. I get 2 6s, so
Okay,
that's
so that will actually do
pretty
it too.
Yeah, I'll upgrade to a critical.
Oh, you lucky duckling.
I am. I'm getting so much good luck.
All right, so as he's doing this hammer fist, how do you turn that around on him too?
In a move which is probably more graceful than one expects from this guy, built like a brick wall, he's going to Aikido style catch him by the arm, use his momentum against him, and so his back hits the windowsill, and then pull him back another like punch to the face.
He kind of lays on the ground for a second, and he very slowly starts to get up, and you're like, oh boy, you really pack a wallop. Oh man.
Thanks, man. Look, I'd love to keep on doing this, but man, you're built of strong stuff.
Yeah, I've been told. Sorry about this, it's my job. Wouldn't really.
Don't worry, I get you.
And then he's gonna make another swing at you, so go ahead and roll me another fight check. Please, ma'am, chill.
There is no chilling. You think that getting tenure has made Professor Dr. Neil Hammer any less effective?
This is
in
a
combat?
weekly
No.
exercise for him. You have to do a student
Yeah.
council meeting?
Oh, 4 successes and a basic.
4 successes in extreme. Wow, you fucking kick the shit out of him. Okay, yeah, so how do you exceptionally want to knock this guy out? Like, for realsies this time. And make it as flashy as you want, man.
He goes for another attack, swinging. He's been beaten up a lot already, but he's still going. Grim determination powering him. He's built very strongly, but you know what? So is Dr. Professor Neil Hammer. He's going to grab him by the swinging arm, and with the other hand, grab him by the throat, lift him up, and headbutt. And then headbutt. And then headbutt. And then he's going to gently put him down in the very comfy leather chair of this study.
And he is out. You can tell. He's still conscious, but he's not getting up again. He's just kind of wiggling in the chair.
All right, now you gotta get that looked at. I'll see you later. And he will go out the window.
Perfect. You managed to make your way all the way to the other side of the window before things start to go wrong. A bullet slams into the wall near you, and gunshots start to go off as some of the guards outside of the wall, they're kind of patrolling the grounds, have seen you, and they're starting to fire at you. So I'm going to need you to make a pretty intense climb check here.
Ooh, okay.
Now, you have an expertise in this as well, so you're doing great.
I do.
Why don't you give me... This is going to be... it will be either stunt and action or wild and scout. I think stunt and action would be better for this. Or stunt, action, stunt. I think it's the same for you either way, so.
I am slightly better at wild and scout.
You are slightly better. I think I'm going to make it action and stunt because this isn't really
I'm good with
natural terrain that you're kind of climbing on. It's
Yeah.
very much kind of, oh, I'm leaping from this like window seal to another one and then up this drain pipe and whatnot.
Exactly. Alright, I am good with that. Let's see how this goes. And I got a free reroll. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna reroll the 5 and the 4. I'm looking for a 1.
A 5 and a 4.
That is a critical.
Hey, there you go. All right, yeah, so you were able to kind of leap from thing to thing and get yourself to a position where you can slide down a drain pipe, and you're now kind of pinned down in the garden area. They seem to be kind of rushing in to surround you. There's 3 groups of guys here, all of which are
What?
armed with pistols.
Shooting at the 16th century brickwork!
Now, Mark, Dalton has followed those guards, and he has kind of found himself out in the gardens as well. You've got the drop on these guys that are shooting at Hammer, but he's not really in a great position, and he doesn't even have a firearm. So, how would you like to proceed?
Oh, this could be risky. I think seeing that Exhibit is going to attempt to like find a position on like the outskirts of it, or somewhere that like probably on like the other side of like where the main guards are.
Sure.
Like, find a good position to start shooting from.
Yeah, you managed to kind of get them in a little bit of a crossfire. There's not great cover here, but it's complicated enough kind of hedge work and kind of fountain work and things like that that you can probably kind of weave in and out and kind of hit and run style attack these guys and be just fine. So, do you want to make me a roll for the thing that you're good at?
The thing he's really good at?
Yeah, one of the two things that you're really good at. Why don't you give me
Yep.
a guts and shoot roll, and you have an advantage when you use revolvers. I know it says pistols on there, but I've given you revolvers instead.
Cool. Alright. So advantage is an extra die? Or is that just I get to re-roll?
You're not going to have an advantage. The expertise is, that
Right,
you get to reroll.
specialty.
Yeah.
Alright, oh good. Alright, 6 dice, here they come. It's close. Gonna re-roll the 3 and the 1. 2 dice.
I think that's very wise.
Didn't
Oh
help me
yeah.
though.
Oh no, wait, no,
Well,
never mind.
you
Sorry,
see-
I got too excited.
Actually, it did, because you were assuming that this was a critical success that you needed, but actually these guys are just basic goons. So you
Oh,
actually managed to let off a few rounds go as they like kind of gasp in surprise, and about 4 guys go down. Now they're kind of split their fire between both of the two of you.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say, he's mostly focusing on like wounding shots that won't kill,
yeah, you're
or
trying
just
your best.
suppressing fire in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying your best.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mr. Dalton, no, yeah, just Dalton just went. Hammer, what would you like to do? A couple of guys kind of near you have gone down. They're not dead, but they're kind of writhing and they've dropped their pistols.
If there is a break in the fire, here's the thing. Dr. Professor Neil Hammer isn't great with guns.
This is true.
He's really good at getting up close and personal.
This is also true.
Now that people have diverted their attention, now that another set of gunfire has gone off and there is chaos, Dr. Professor Neil Hammer would absolutely love to take his baton and go around the corner, breaking line of sight, and bash someone in the head with a baton.
Go for it. Yeah, swing that bad boy. Yeah, you're able to pretty easily get up behind one of the guys. He turns around just the last minute to try to shoot you, but he doesn't get the gun around in time. Go ahead and roll me a action fight roll.
Absolutely. And this is still using the baton?
Correct. So you get the advantage.
Beauty. That is a
I will say this
one,
will not
that
be
is
a strength roll, though. So no
That's
strength roll.
fine. I would still like to re-roll 4 of those dice.
Ooh, getting spicy. Yeah, go for it.
Getting very spicy. I'm looking for a
Take
5.
that risk. Now, do keep in mind, if you do not get an extra success, which is likely,
Yes,
you will lose that other one.
indeed. I'm willing to risk it, and I know I may have already used all of my luck up with the earlier fight, but the thing is I already pressed enter. Ha! Oh, that is a critical 3.
Ooh,
Nice.
very good. Yeah, okay.
Not even the angle I was expecting.
So, good news. You come up on these guys that have now turned. There's a couple of them. There's kind of a group of 3 of them, and you come up behind these guys and you just slam the baton into one dude's leg, another in the face, and then an elbow in another one, and all 3 of them go out, like out. You have wiped out this entire group.
All right.
Now it's their turn. So, the 2 groups that are still remaining, one of them is hurt, is going to shoot at Dalton. Now, Dalton, you're going to make me an action and stunt check to try to avoid the bullets.
Aye. Here we go.
Now, I would say you could apply your close calls to this, which I don't believe is written on your sheet, but you do have it.
Yes. I will very much attempt to. It's just kind of ducking and weaving and rolling forward. Among
get
like
an
the different statues.
If you get an extra basic success, like Thomas got, you can actually get into cover with that basic success.
That was nothing.
That was nothing. Ooh, that's gonna be painful.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Take that risk.
Let's go.
Oh, good.
Shit. Oh, okay. Standard success. I got 2 1s.
2 1s. Okay, good news. You're not dying tonight, buddy.
And the bad news?
That's it. Yeah, so you're able to kind of dive into the cover, or not cover, but you're able to.
I imagine like it's like behind like a statue that's like being destroyed as it's being shot.
It's just bullets are
Falling on
slamming into it. It's not gonna last you for long enough to count next round, but it's enough that it saves your life this time. Then the other group's going to shoot at Thomas, Thomas, would you like to use that extra success you got, basic success, to get into cover?
I would love to use the extra basic success to get into cover.
Perfect. Then you're going to roll me also an action stunt, but you're going to get an advantage on that.
All right, let's see how this goes. That is 2 and a 2.
That will make it if you'd like. You can also take a risk if you'd like.
Oh, you are the devil on my shoulder, Liam.
I really am. I have to be. I have to be.
I think I am fine with this right here and now. I've got a bad feeling about those two.
Probably smart. All right, so you both
Yeah.
managed to get away unscathed, but this is very quickly becoming a bad situation. All right, you guys get to shoot or do your action now as well.
Go for the kneecaps.
Yeah, Thomas, you want to go first? Initiative is either of you guys, so it doesn't matter who goes first.
Let's go with Mark.
Yeah, continuing the suppressing fire.
Yeah, let out
Trying
some
to
rounds.
take down a few of these people.
So you can, if you'd like, do a thing called emptying the mag, where you voluntarily get rid of all your bullets, but it either assists Thomas in surviving, like dodge rolls and things like that from getting shot, or it, I think, adds 2 extra dice to your roll. I'm trying to double check exactly.
Okay. I'll attempt to empty the mag and just add some more dice.
Yeah, emptying the mag.
Guess in this case it'd be emptying the barrel.
Yeah, the little spinny thing on the gun.
Yeah.
That is technical name.
Spinny thing, yeah.
The spinny thing,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I mean...
Oh, also,
So,
you have a
all of us
revolver's
are
expertise,
done,
which
yeah.
means if you wanted to in the future, you could dual wield. Other people can't do that, but you can.
Good to know.
You can choose to get full positive results. What? Where? Oh, you get an advantage. Okay, so it's just 1 advantage, not 2 advantage.
Oh, okay, so just one. Alright.
Go ahead and shoot that baby.
Go... Fuck him up.
Ooh, Nelly.
Okay, it's almost. I will re-roll the 1, the 4, and the 2.
Sounds right to me.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Let's go. Yep,
That's,
criticals, 'cause-
yeah.
Oh,
There
and
you
a
go.
standard
Crit and
success.
Yeah, a
Double
crit and 2
criticals.
basics.
So let me ask you this, Mark. How do you want to wipe out literally every guy that's shooting at you right now?
Can there be like a tree nearby or something?
Yeah.
That's like
yeah.
kind of.
It's
It looks a little damaged.
It's
or
like an
old.
arty tree. It's not really like a full-on thick trunk boy.
Yeah, I think he just like takes a moment and like completely unloads in the tree, just leaving like a moment of confusion with the guys going like, "Wait, he's not firing at us," and the tree just
It
falls on
crunches
them.
all of them. They're still alive, but very much out of the fight. And just like that, the gunshots stop. That's everybody. You can still hear shouts, and it's likely more people are on the way. But just then, the very fancy Italian car kind of bursts through the gate and kind of does like one of those drift parks, and the door swings open, and Bryce goes, "You need to get in right now."
Hey, sure thing. Thanks for the ride. And, Mr. Because we're still here, Schmidt, that was awesome as hell. Let's get in.
Do you still have the paper, or have you left it behind?
Actually, hold on. I really should check. He checks his pocket. Does he still have it?
You do. It's not even damaged from gunfire, which is excellent.
I do. Good. Oh, man. I thought that the English guy who used to be Australian got... Hey, get in the car. He's going to dive towards it.
Actually,
I mean,
they were two different people.
yeah.
No. That's impossible.
Maybe they just used a disguise kit. Who knows?
It's like a fake scar. It's not even real. I think Dalton would kind of pale a little bit as he jumps in and be like, "I think we have made a powerful enemy."
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it later. Besides, I already kind of made an enemy of him, so it's not really that important. Anyway, and he drives off with bullets still kind of flying at you guys. But you guys are able to get away.
Hell yeah.
And I
Mission
think,
complete.
yeah, I think with that, that's a good place for us to call it for today. I think that was a good dramatic set piece, and then when we come back, whenever that is, you guys can decipher what this paper actually means and where it leads you to.
Indeed.
Dun, dun,
It was very nice. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to the both of you.
Yes. Thank you very much for running the session, Liam. This is
Hey,
great.
is my pleasure. It's nice to have something kind of chill to do. That's just kind of a fun little hinky thing while we our what's our friend's name? Wait.
Bob is up.
Bob. While Bob
Bob,
is
yep.
busy with other stuff. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Mark, do you have anything you want to say? Any final words? Anything you want to plug?
Oh, we have a Discord. That is a thing we have. Come
Yes.
join it. We have great things like memes and images.
Oh, Thomas is so
Stuff.
good at posting the memes in that server. It's very
He does. He
good.
posts a lot of memes.
Oh, and
Come
they're so
see
good.
our memes.
Come see our
Uh,
memes.
A
I will-
fine collection.
I will figure out how to add that to the little overlay here too, so that
Yeah.
will just be up for everybody to see. Thomas, anything you wanna drop here?
Not so much. With the Discord thing, there's nothing much else. I am an enigma, wrapped around a riddle, hidden inside a mystery, thrown into the deep vortex that is confusion.
What fine words you speak.
He asked.
Wonderful, and of course I'm Liam. I think I forgot to introduce myself at the top of this, so I'll do it now. I'm Liam. I've been the storyteller for today. I had a wonderful time with all of you. Please, next Sunday, check out on the Twitch channel Bon-Waylaid. We've got a weekly Pendragon game that our friend Bob runs. We all play knights in King Arthur's, well, pre-King Arthur's court right now.
King Uther's court.
Yeah, King Uther. We're having a wonderful time with that, and it's a very exciting and fun show. Follow me at Twitter, Darth Coakley. I say funny things sometimes, and my YouTube channel's of the same name. I plan to have some things up on that, and of course, you're already watching this on the Twitch, so follow me there because I stream semi-regularly. I don't have a schedule, but you know, I'm up there sometimes. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Bye.